Namaste. Today, let us listen to the story of a devotee who attracted Lord Shiva by reading Srimad Bhagavatham. Once there lived an ardent devotee of Lord Krishna by name Poonthanam. He worshipped Guru Vayurappan with all his heart and soul. People loved him for his beautiful Bhagavatham discourses. There is a temple in North Kerala called Kotiyur. The significant deity in the temple is Lord Shiva. The temple was kept open only for a few days during a year. There were no human activities in that place for the rest of the year. Once, Poonthanam reached the Kotiyur temple and had a bath in the holy river. He worshipped the compassionate Lord Shiva, felt happy, and stayed there for a few days. He recited Bhagavatham every day in front of the deity, and several hundreds of people listened to his sweet discourse on the wonderful pastime in the 10th canto, 60th of Srimad Bhagavatham, named Lord Krishna teases Queen Rukmani. The Lord decides to play with his beloved wife, Queen Rukmani, and wanted to listen to her. He playfully asks her why she wanted to marry the Lord when she had better choices like King Sisupala, Salva, Jarsanda. Hearing this, Queen Rukmani faints and Lord consoles her. This is the gist of the chapter. Poonthanam finished reading the part of the chapter, kept the bookmark at the end of the chapter so that he can continue reciting from the next chapter. Next day, to his surprise, he found the bookmark at the beginning of the same chapter. So Poonthanam read the same part for the second time. This was repeated for the rest of the days. It was the last day to close the temple for the year. Poonthanam finished the discourse and was returning from the temple with the other devotees, but somehow left the Bhagavatham in the temple itself. Having walked some distance, suddenly he remembered that he forgot to bring the Bhagavatham with him. He hurried back, crossed the river, and reached the entrance to the temple, which was closed. He was all alone. He could hear somebody reciting the same part of the chapter from Bhagavatham inside the temple. As he looked through the keyhole, he saw Lord Shiva himself reading from Poonthanam's Bhagavatham. Mother Parvati and his other Bhuta Ganas were listening. Their eyes were filled with tears out of devotion. Poonthanam stood there motionless and heard the whole recitation. At the end, Lord Shiva asked Parvati Devi, "Did you like the Bhagavatham recitation?" Parvati replied, "Yes, it was nice, but was not as good as Poonthanam's." Lord Shiva replied, "Yes, that is true. I also like to hear Bhagavatham from Poonthanam. That is why I placed the bookmark again and again at the beginning of the same topic every day." Hearing this, Poonthanam, who stood outside, was shaken up and uttered the holy name of Krishna loudly. When he watched again, Lord Shiva and Mother Parvati had disappeared from his sight. This pastime clearly explains how all the living entities, including the demigods, love this great literature. Stay tuned for more mythological tales.